Hello and welcome to the 2022 Lone Star Conference Basketball Media Day. I'm Morgan Laird, the Assistant AD for Communications at Texas Women's University, and I'm so excited to be kicking off this 2022-2023 basketball season. I'm here with our head coach, Beth Jillson, senior Ngozi Obineke, and junior Scout Huffman. Thank you so much for joining us today. So excited to get this season kicked off with a media day. So before we can take a step into this season, obviously we need to look back at what an incredible season we had last year. You know, we were picked to finish almost last in the conference and then kind of broke out, almost won the regular season and had a really good finish at the regional tournament. So Scout, I'll start with you. Last year was almost a roller coaster of emotions, but I didn't ever feel like we were ever too high, ever too low. What emotions or non-basketball traits does this team need to continue to build upon to be successful this season?
I think we need to have the mentality that we're an underdog because that made us push ourselves every single day and prove everybody wrong. I also think that we need to have the characteristic of being perseverers because we handled a lot of adversity last year and that grew us as a team, and then also just a sense of belonging. I felt like last year everybody felt super safe and welcomed and loved on our team, and that just means that there's a lot of chemistry on and off the court.
Yeah, sometimes it's those traits that win championships, along with great basketball players for sure. Now, Ngozi, you're a senior. Being a senior, last year on the squad, you were able to see a young team grow together. How can the team work this season to bring new players into that same family aspect while also building with the returners as well?
I'll say about leading by example. It shouldn't be hard to show the younger players what they should and should not do, what the expectations are if we ourselves stay disciplined.
Yeah. Coach, let's talk about conversations in the preseason. Everybody's always trying to hit what goals you have, where do you want to go, what do you want to achieve. But how do you construct the conversation around this season, around your outlook, your expectations for this team?
Yeah. I think we talk a lot about growth opportunities during different parts of the season, whether that's preseason, in-season, and off-season. And really, they kind of come up with a curriculum of what we want to do. And we talk a lot about character traits and character skills and what are those things we need to work on, whether it's confidence or mentality. And then we just really commit to the process, and hold each other accountable. And we feel like if we do those things, then we're process-oriented, then the results will come.
Scout, let's get some individual stats going in here. Last season, you shot 43% from the three-point line, which was the second highest percentage on the team. What was your preparation like this offseason to continue to maximize your strength as an inside threat at the post, but also an outside threat from that three-point?
This summer, I just worked a lot on my footwork, trying to get the ball out of my hands quicker, and then inside, just worked a lot on counter moves and just being composed, being under control, and I believe that mental is as important as physical, and just remembering that why I play is to glorify God, and so that just allows me to play in freedom and to shoot the ball freely.
So Ngozi, one of our biggest strengths last season was multiple threats, being able to show multiple different people from different positions. In the final game of this season against West Texas in the regional semifinal, you came alive, you came in clutch for the team, you grabbed 8 rebounds. What's been your focus this offseason to maximize your strength on the boards and in the paint?
Body control, honestly, and playing off two and landing on two, and also knowing where the ball is at on the court at all times, that way when the shot gets off, I'm there to catch it.
Last season, one of our biggest strengths was ball possession. We recorded the lowest turnovers in program history. This season, in off-season, how have you emphasize in practice ball protection and also valuing possession?
I think it really comes down to connection and chemistry on the floor and them really knowing each other, having good timing and good spacing. I want our players to be able to play free with a lot of confidence, and I think that was one thing we really emphasized last year, as well as shot selection. If you don't get a shot off, that's a 0 on our shot chart, and I think every day it just gets better and better.
Yeah. Our schedule this season, looking at it, it has a lot of long travel since. We know the Lone Star Conference has a lot of tough opponents, but when we're traveling to those far places, it definitely adds an extra difficulty, I think, to the games. How do you plan to stay focused and stay ready during this tough travel schedule?
Our conference is one of the toughest, and I think we need to come in every single game with the mentality that it could be our last, and just play our hearts out and I think whether we win or learn from a loss, that we just refresh, and every day is a new day, every game is a new game, and just come in with that mentality.
Ngozi, off-season, a couple months, it's always a time for the team to bond, to grow together. What have you learned about your teammates in the off-season?
Everyone has a winning mindset. Like, we didn't have to teach focus or effort. Everyone is not here just to play to win.
Coach, we had a young team last season. I think that's why we were able to surprise people and win that first regional game in program history and continue to push and threaten. Now we do have newcomers this season. Can you talk about how they add strength to this team?
Really good recruiting class. Layla Patel, transfer from George Washington, has come in. Her, Jordan, and Grace are extremely versatile players. They can play inside and out, and they're very physical, which I'm excited about. And then Jada at the point guard position, or the 2 or the 3, really has a high IQ, and I think she'll fit in really well with our system. And like Ngozi said, they all come from winning high school programs, and they know how to get it done.
And then the returners, we have seniors like Ngozi, juniors like Scout, but then also younger players that are stepped up to the plate last year as well. How do the returners continue to elevate this team with their leadership?
For sure. I'm really excited about the depth of our returners. I think Ashley Ingram, she had a phenomenal season last year, really dominant in the post position, and she's going to require a lot of attention this year. Ngozi and Scout are also just going to come and be a dominant inside presence, and I think they have really, really worked hard in the off season, and I'm looking for them to do really big things for us this year. And then we just have a lot of guards on the perimeter that can score and defend, starting with Sadie Moyer. Thought she played really well all season. She can score at all 3 levels. She can get to the rim, hit the pull-up, hit the 3. And then some just defensive players that can wreak havoc and score in a variety of ways as well, with Kesslin King, Kayla Glover, Bree. She was Defensive Player of the Year a couple times last year. And then also Ariana Hines. So looking forward to them wreaking some havoc on the defensive end, and just the core group of returners that understand the expectations.
And that's the threats we have all up and down the lineup. And I think last year it was about that process. Every game is a game to win. It's not about what we can see at the end. It's about what we can see in the moment right now. And I love that y'all spoke about the mentality this team has, the grit they bring into practice every single day. And I think that's what's going to continue to elevate this program. TWU was picked 3rd to finish in the Lone Star Conference preseason poll behind West Texas A&M and Lubbock Christian. And with that in mind, I think that puts us in a good position to continue to not only grow, but also to attack the process, like you said, Coach. So our last question, for all those who don't know, after every road game, we celebrate with ice cream. So we got to get that energy already started. So Scout, we'll start with you. What ice cream flavor are you getting after the first road win?
So I get a double dip, and it's with peanut butter cup and chocolate chip cookie dough, and it's so good.
What about you, Ngozi?
The classic vanilla.
Vanilla. Coach?
Orange sherbet.
Orange sherbet.
Yep.
I think I'm getting chocolate chip cookie dough if I'm on the trip. So thank you so much for joining us for the 2022 Lone Star Conference Media Day at Texas Women's University. We look forward to seeing you at home in KMA or on the road. Thanks for joining us.